What if a clay tablet made 3,000 years ago could warn us about a disease from the Middle Ages? Picture dust on a brittle edge. Picture a short line of tiny wedge marks carved with a reed. You lean close and a soft voice reads aloud. The words seem to speak across millennia. People ask, did an ancient text predict the Black Death? A vivid query sticks in the mind. Did time itself leave us a note in baked mud? The idea feels uncanny. It reads like a mystery novel. It reads like a film trailer. Yet history is not a thriller. It is careful work. It needs clear facts. We will look slowly. We will test the tablet, the text, and the claim. We will check dates and languages. We will weigh scholarly views. The goal is simple. Did this clay tablet really foresee the mid-14th century plague? The claim is brief and bold. Some online posts say a Sumerian tablet names a deadly pestilence centuries before Europe's Black Death. They say the tablet lists cities that would die. They say it mentions rats or ships. The claim spreads with striking captions and cropped photos. Often the posts show only a sliver of the tablet. A dramatic translation appears below. The headline declares prophecy. Viewers share and comment. A simple phrase becomes a grand story, but a short caption is not proof. We will unpack the claim carefully. We will ask, what exactly does the tablet say? Who read it? Where is the full text? Which museum holds it? These questions matter. Without answers, the claim remains weak. Be skeptical of select quotes. Track the source. Demand the full transcription and the catalog number. Keep overlay text for names, dates, and places consistent and readable. What is a Sumerian tablet? It is a small slab of clay. A scribe pressed a reed into the soft clay to make wedge-shaped marks. Those marks are cuneiform signs. Scribes recorded many things: receipts, letters, laws, hymns, dreams. Each tablet carries a context: the find spot, the archive number, the language, the purpose. Not every tablet contains prophecy. Many are mundane records of grain and wages. Others are literary, myths, prayers. Scholars read the whole tablet, not just a line. The full text and the archaeological context give meaning. A lone phrase out of context can mislead. If a claim points to a tablet, it should include the tablet's museum label, the publication. Museums and catalogs give an ID. That ID lets scholars and the public confirm the text. Without it, the claim floats on an image and a dramatic caption. Often, the claim starts with a brief post or a translator's tweet. A short phrase is highlighted and shared. The rest of the tablet is hidden. A catchy headline spreads faster than careful context. Social media rewards drama over nuance. Some posts pair the image with modern words: rats, ships, plague, words not in the original translation. That reshapes meaning. People add overlays and bold type. The result reads like an ancient warning made for the present day. But the methodology is inverted. The modern story forces itself onto the ancient text. Real scholarship moves in the opposite direction. Researchers publish full texts, note editorial choices, and explain ambiguity. They offer alternate readings. They discuss grammar and parallels. That level of care rarely appears in a viral post. So when you first see the claim, look for who published the translation. Is it peer-reviewed? Is the museum cited? Does the post present only a fragment? These markers help you judge reliability. We must compare the dates. Sumerian writing flourished in the 3rd millennium BCE, roughly 4,000 years ago. The Black Death hit Europe in the mid-14th century CE, about 700 years ago. The gap is vast. More than 3,000 years separate the two eras. Such a gulf makes direct prediction unlikely. For a tablet to name a specific 14th century pandemic, it would need to refer to people, cities, details that match medieval records. That is rare. Most Sumerian texts concern their own world, city-states, temples, and gods of a distant past. Cultural and linguistic continuity can exist, but names and meanings shift. Cities fall, languages change, and religions evolve. A word surviving across millennia does not automatically mean the same thing centuries later. We must be cautious about reading a long chain of identity into a few signs. So, the Black Death was a pandemic of bubonic plague caused by Yersinia pestis. It swept Eurasia and North Africa in the mid-1300s. Contemporary chroniclers describe rapid deaths, mass graves, and social upheaval. Modern scientists have found DNA of Yersinia pestis in medieval burial sites. The disease traveled along trade routes, often aboard ships. Fleas on rodents played a major role. Historical records and modern epidemiology combined to trace the plague's path. The event left clear marks in both medieval documents and modern science. Medieval people interpreted the plague through their beliefs. Many saw divine wrath or miasma, bad air. They wrote sermons and treatises. These sources are specific to their time and language. They differ in tone and vocabulary from ancient Sumerian texts. If a Sumerian tablet truly matched these medieval records, we would expect specific parallels, similar disease descriptions, matching place names, or clear continuity in the narrative. Those specific parallels are absent in the cases cited online. Sumerian is an ancient language isolate written in cuneiform. Medieval Europe used Latin, vernacular tongues, and later Arabic or other regional languages. The cultural frames are different. Sumerian myths invoke a specific pantheon. Medieval texts operate with Christian theology and different medical ideas. Place names rarely survive unchanged across such a span. Even when a name persists, its meaning can shift. A city remembered in tradition may not correspond to the same urban reality centuries later. That complicates direct matches. Furthermore, metaphor and genre differ. A Sumerian lament may use cosmic imagery and gods. A medieval chronicle might use moral interpretation and saintly signs. When we compare texts, we must compare genre, context, and purpose, not just a single evocative phrase. Show that similarity in a few words does not equal identity in meaning. The devil is in the deeper context of each text. Translating cuneiform is complex, and signs change over time. A single sign can stand for a sound, a word, an idea. Translators rely on context in parallel texts. When context is missing, multiple readings are possible. That opens the door to dramatic but unsupported translations. Online posts often show a bold translation without the full transcription. They select the reading that fits the sensational claim. Real epigraphers publish the full line, note uncertain signs, present alternative renderings. This disciplined transparency is crucial. Also, modern readers can misread pictorial similarity. A modern graphic of rats added to an image does not prove the ancient text mentions rodents. Visual temptation must be resisted. Textual claims require textual proof, the full line, the museum ID, peer review. If a translator offers only a dramatic snippet, ask for the transcription, the sign-by-sign commentary, the full context, references to lexical lists, published parallels. That's how translation becomes reliable. What do specialists say? Ancient Near Easternists. Historians rarely endorse the prophecy claim. They read Sumerian, they read Akkadian, and they publish full editions with notes. In peer-reviewed work, the tablets cited online do not appear as prophecies of the Black Death. Administrative tablets record economics. Literary tablets compose prayers and myths. Epidemic references are typically local and descriptive of contemporary events, not forecasts of distant future pandemics. When extraordinary claims surface, responsible scholars call for extraordinary evidence. Full publication, provenance, transparent philology. The absence of those elements in viral claims is telling. Academic caution is not obstructionism. It is the backbone of reliable history. You can do simple checks. First, search for the tablet's museum catalog number. Museums publish many texts online. Second, look for a full transcription and a photo of the entire tablet. Third, find if the translation appears in a scholarly journal or an academic book. If not, be wary. Fourth, compare the alleged quote with published editions. Fifth, ask if the translator is named and qualified. Sixth, check for scholarly reactions or corrections. These steps are practical and effective. They reveal many viral claims as weak. Use overlay text for each step. Same neat font throughout. Encourage viewers to pause and copy catalog numbers. So, did a Sumerian tablet predict the Black Death? The clear verdict is no. The available evidence does not support that claim. The time gap is vast. The languages and contexts do not align, and the translations offered online lack full publication and scholarly support. A tablet might record disease in its own time. Ancient texts do mention sickness, mourn the dead, and call on gods for relief, and those records teach us much about how people faced illness. But they do not equate to specific prophecy about the mid-14th century pandemic. The real wonder in these tablets is human, not prophetic. They show how people lived, how they traded, how they feared and hoped. That human detail is richer and truer than a sensational claim. Trust careful scholarship, seek full texts, and respect the slow work of translation. Reflect on what matters. The past speaks, but not as a crystal ball. It speaks as people did, imperfectly, poignantly, and with lessons worth listening to.